Yo, welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking on this user. I'm not gonna try pronouncing that name. So unfortunately, it looks like we're gonna be reusing the clips that I've had from earlier. This is actually like the only other clip I got with the newer team. The problem is the game is down, and it's been down for a while. I was hoping to come back in like a day. But it hasn't. So, I realized, well, I ain't trying to let my upload schedule get too far behind. We ain't trying to do that right now. It's like, that's gonna ruin my, I forgot what you call it. Like, the algorithm. Like, that happened to me so many times this year. It's crazy. Although, like, this is the only time where I've actually taken a day off in, like, such a long time. So anyways, this was actually the first video I recorded with the newer team, but I didn't really like this battle. That's why I didn't want to post it. Although now we gotta work with what we got because, like I said, the game is down and we can't actually upload anything fresh. So, we're gonna lead with the Charizard here. I'll show you all the team. Once again, if you don't remember the explanation, we had the Darmanitan as kind of like a attacker to benefit off of the sunlight from Charizard, and it's physical, so it kind of brings something different to the table. Sylveon is, special defensive. Milotic is a mixed wall. Shedinja, just because someone wanted to see it, not really a particular reason. And Donphin's kind of just like, rapid spin, physical defense, all that stuff. So anyways, the Charizard leads. This is a terrible matchup though, unfortunately, since Manectric has that like base 105 speed. So we are not speeding, especially if this is PvP. And you really don't want to stay in because Charizard, it does have some special defense in its mega form, but it's not good enough. So you definitely want to switch out when you can. Now this was Charizard X, definitely staying in all day every time, but he could also just wall switch too, so I guess it's not as convenient. But we do have the Donphin here. We had the Shedinja too, although that's kind of risky because a lot of Manectrics will be running the Flame Turret. We got the Sylveon. Like, this is not too big an issue. Like, we can definitely deal with it. So I was looking at this, I was like, well, should we do it? Because I do kind of want to bring this bad boy in, take it for a spin, because Shedinja is a pretty fun Pokemon, and I do plan to make another team with it soon with the Zoroark. Like, I'm not really like fully focusing too much on the quality of the team. I'm just here to have fun and get y'all what you want to see. So anyways though, I will also say I have been working on the team building guide. That's gonna take forever. Like, I wrote the script like yesterday, and that's like 10 pages, and I don't normally write scripts, y'all. Like, this is only so I can get like a really high quality product. I want to make sure that this team building guide is a good one. And that's gonna take a while to come out, but it will be out eventually. And I also have to record all my Pokemons. I do plan to put all my set details on that one, so y'all could actually refer to that and get what you need if you ever wanted to use one of the Pokemon featured in the channel. So anyways, the Donphin is gonna come in on whatever that was. I think it was just a regular electric type attack. But yeah, we do have that immunity, so it's totally fine. And it looks like right here I go for the Star Rock because I expect to switch into probably a flying type, but he goes into the Swampert, which is also fine because we'll take that. And we have the sturdy ability too, so if we need to take a hit, we can. Now, I was showing you all the attack stat, like literally it's just 1 point off from Excadrill with a Jolly Nature. So the question is, would you rather use this or Donphin? I'd say Excadrill is slightly better based on my experience, although this does actually have a lot better of a defense stat. So if you're trying to take physical defensive hits and you don't need the special defense as much, this is a pretty good one to consider. Plus it has built-in sturdy, so you can run another item that's not a focus sash. And rapid spin's fun. You can use Ice Shard. Like, I know this one you run knockoff instead of Start Rock, although I don't have a Start Rocker, so I'm willing to put that on the Donphin because I'd value that a little bit more than having an offensive presence. So, now we got to definitely figure out what we want to switch into. You could stay in, although I don't recommend that, since I'm pretty sure most of the time, like, Donphin's like base 50 speed. It's not really going to be outspeeding anything for the life of it. So, you definitely want to get something better into the field. So I look at this Shedinja, like, this should actually realistically work unless he has like a rock type attack. I don't really think Swampert's the best Pokemon to counter the Shedinja. So he goes for the Muddy Water, and there's a good chance too, a lot of these players have never seen Shedinja before, so they don't have any idea how to actually deal with it. No, but truth be told, even true that, it doesn't really make Shedinja that good. Like, Shedinja's just trash, honestly. It's like a liability, like, at the higher levels, because all you need is Start Rock, Toxic, anything. Like, I wish this thing gets taunt, but it doesn't even get taunt, so it's not even that good. Although it's still like really fun, like, especially the lower levels. You could try sweeping, as unlikely as it is, because Shedinja is still like hella weak too. Like, base 90 attack is not it. Like, if it was Aegislash attacks, that would be better. Like, I do wish it would maybe get like a buff at some point in the future, even original variant, where instead of having any defenses, like it just had 1 on all defensive stats. The defense is literally useless in Ninja. So if you could put, you know, the defense into something else, that definitely make it a lot more viable of a Pokemon. So now the looks to be a Reshiram comes out, and I'm tempted to just take my damage here and see how much it does anyways. So Shadow Sneak is not going to be enough to finish off the Reshiram, and he gets the blue flare off, which takes away my Focus Sash, and that's tough, but I don't really care. I mean, the Focus Sash is there to be used, so I mean, I'm not complaining. And especially even with the Focus Sash, if you switch into any entry hazard that actually affects Ninja, then you're gonna lose it. So like, you may as well like kind of make as much use out of it as you can. So the Sylveon's gonna come in here, taking crazy damage though. Like, goodness, bro. Like, this Reshiram hits like a truck. I mean, it's not a surprise. It's got that 150 special attack, but even then, like, Sylveon was supposed to be really defensive, so I might have to rethink the set details here. I mean, like, it doesn't really have any special defensive investment, to be fair. It's only got physical defense, but it needs that too. So, I mean, like, the Fairy type, I feel like it's better as a defensive type than as a special defensive type, because, like, you're going to be switching into fighting type attacks and Dragon and Dark, and most of the time you're going to see those as physical attackers, which is why I personally prefer the set I have right now. So the Hyper Voice, unfortunately, is not enough to finish out the Reshiram. That's actually a bit embarrassing. That is supposed to be like 117 special attack, or it's a base power is what I meant to say. So I don't know. I mean, also can't be too surprised once again, because this does not have special attack investment, although, you know, I still expect it a bit better. So anyways, now we gotta kind of figure out what we want to do here. We could go for another wish on the probable fly, or maybe not, but you know, I definitely want to finish this off if I can. And the good thing is with the Reshiram, unless it's running Roost, if it was running Roost, it'd actually probably beat the Sylveon here in a 1v1, although it ain't, so you know, that's good. But if it was running Roost, it probably could just do it now. If it didn't have Roost, then it's basically on a timer, because the next time it comes back in, it's not gonna live the Stud Rock recoil damages. So anyways, we finish it off with the Hyper Voice, and he's gonna bring in the Eternatus here, which is unfortunate, because this is actually pretty good counter to the Sylveon, especially since, I mean, it's gonna be hitting really hard, although probably not enough to one-shot. It's still gonna be good damage. And I realized we don't actually have much of a Eternatus counter here, and truth be told, like, I already worked on my team building it. I was really thinking any steel type that resists fire will absolutely dominate the Eternatus. Like, just imagine, like, Bronzong will come in, be heat proof, and just shut this down. Like, not just Bronzong, man, there are a ton of Pokemon, like Heatran especially, would completely dominate Eternatus. Like, it's not, I mean, it depends though. Maybe like people will start like mixing it up and running like ground type coverage, but like right now that ain't happening, so you could probably afford to you know, use those checks. They will work at the moment, although that could be subject to change. So anyways, I'm looking at the Milotic here as the potential switch in, although it's still not, you know, really perfect. I mean, it's kind of the same as Sylveon in terms of net defenses. I mean, of course, it has slightly less special defense, but it has better defense and the same HP. So overall, I'd say it's actually net better than the Sylveon, although I guess it doesn't have the same versatility. Like, this is actually a really good utility Pokemon, whereas the Milotic is more of like a, I mean, I don't know if it actually gets Wish. I think it's more of a recover, and it can have Haze, but that's really the main utility you're getting out of it. It's really more of like just a net, like, overall wall that can really switch into most attacks that aren't super effective. And I definitely recommend y'all consider Milotic. It's actually a really good choice. I'm surprised it's not as common as you would expect, although at the same time, I mean, I guess there are slightly more popular bulky water types, like the Toxapex, for example. So he's gonna go for the Max Ooze here, which is embarrassingly weak. It's kind of funny, and we're gonna get that special attack boost because Dynamax is broken in this game. That's definitely one downside that I have asked to be fixed, although I don't think that's realistically gonna get fixed, so we're gonna just have to deal with it, but that's totally fine. So he's actually gonna switch out here on the Milotic and bring in the Manectric here, which is gonna sustain quite a lot of damage from the combination of the Ice Beam and the Start Rocks. So I was actually would have been curious, would Scald be enough to finish it off? Probably not. Probably would have been like on red, but I mean, that definitely would have been interesting to see. So anyways, on the Manectric, we got to figure out what we want to do now and what would be the ideal answer. And I was thinking, what about Shedinja? I mean, even if he picks up a KO, I don't really care that much. So we could also just get a Shadow Sneak off and take our damages. So he's actually going to Mega Wall, which is crazy. I don't know why you wouldn't do that earlier unless you're really trying to use Lightning Rod. But I mean, last time I checked, I didn't really have an electric type on this team that he could have seen in team preview. So I'm not too sure what the vision was on that one, but I'm not complaining either. I mean, maybe he was waiting to use the off the line intimidate. I mean, I actually don't know. So I mean, you could have just switched in, and actually he decides to forfeit here. So you know that's going to be GG. Good game.